suicide attack in the northern Syrian city of Manbij, claimed by the Islamic State group. 15 people, including a U.S. serviceman, were killed in the attack, which took place at a restaurant. 5 U.S.-backed fighters are also among the dead. Now, the bombing comes as Kurds who fought alongside the United States in Syria rejected a Turkish plan to set up a security zone on the Syrian side of the border. For more on this story, we can bring in France 24's Wassim Nasr, who tracks jihadist movements. Wassim, how is it that the Islamic State group is still able to conduct such attacks over in Manbij?
Well, actually, it's not the first attack. It's the second attack in Manbij, in the town of Manbij, in less than a month. The latest one was by the end of December, and it targeted the YPG, so the Kurdish militias operating there with the Americans. And today, we should say also that the CENTCOM, the Central Command, issued a statement saying that there were American servicemen that were killed we can think that it's more than one. Service members, more than one. So it's very significant. How come they are still able? Because since many months they are being able to hit inside Raqqa and inside on the scope of the whole region from which they were evicted by the coalition in the last months, because they succeeded in a way to create this insurgency as they did in Iraq. Because we shouldn't forget that they controlled these zones for many years. So they set the layers needed economically, militarily, and with the population on the ground in order to be able to make a comeback in a way whenever the military pressure lessens. So this is on one hand. On the other hand, we should also forget that there are millions of people in camps in this desertic area. So millions of people in those camps without any perspective of evolution or of future or of any kind of solution, either in Syria and Iraq. And so in a way they capitalize on this situation in order to recruit more and more fighters into their ranks.
So what is the impact of, the potential consequence of such a comeback? Because what it demonstrates is that the Islamic State group is not decimated on the ground like the U.S. president wants us to believe.
Of course, and not only the U.S. president, all the political leaders in the world said many times it's finished, it's done. But they forget that the Islamic State as a group, as a whole, was already defeated at least once in Iraq in the mid years in 2009, between 2008 2009, and they still made a comeback. Because all the objective reasons for them to make a comeback are still there, political, economic, and they are even aggravated, as I told you, by the reality of many cities being totally destroyed and millions of people in the camps. And on the other hand, if we want to talk really on the practical level, in order, for example, like for American troops to patrol in Manbij, as we saw, they were patrolling in the market, so very close to the population, so they were feeling safe. Whenever such attacks occur, American soldier or Western soldier will be more and more suspicious regarding the population, so it will create frictions with the population, which means that it could lead to some mistakes by the American troops. You see, just for example, when you are walking behind the patrol, you can be close to it now in this situation in Manbij. Because after this attack, they will maybe establish a perimeter where nobody can get closer. So if a kid gets closer, if a civilian gets closer, he might get shot. So it will open the door for mistakes, which will profit to the Islamic State group or any other group.
It's worrying that they're still able to recruit new people. Wassim, we're going to have to leave it at that. Thank you very much for that.